What's up, you sweet baby ding-dong dishers? Welcome back to the weekly gig. We haven't recorded in a month and a half.
It's the monthly gig now.
The monthly gig, boys. Sam, I have something to tell you.
What?
So I woke up today, and for some reason I had this strange tattoo. Okay?
Okay.
Not sure how I got it.
Yeah.
I don't have any money. I don't have $1 in my pocket. But you want to know the crazy thing? Is that it kind of looks just like you.
I fucking hate you.
Mixed with Zach Galifianakis.
All right, can we start over?
That one,
I don't know.
That went over Sam's head.
I don't know what the fuck.
Welcome everybody. This is the first podcast that we're recording in the morning on a weekend instead of after work on like a weekday in the middle of the week. So hopefully this one will be a little bit higher energy than our last one where we were all tired.
Even though it's Sunday and we know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Existence is fleeting. So
True.
we have some things planned for this one though, so it's fine. Do you want to jump right into the big one, or do you want to kind of like do the thing where it's like, well, if you listen in, then we'll talk about it? Because it's the title of the title of this podcast is that we're going through our MyAnimeLists, and we're gonna have some heated debates, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, do we want to save that for like the middle, or do we just want to jump right into it, boys? Let's jump right into it, gamers.
Let's start with not the anime list, because that's
Okay.
that's gonna be a while.
Sam had a fun topic he wanted to talk about, anyways.
Yeah, right. So I'll jump right into it. I have a UTI right now.
Right now?
It got me thinking. You know, I've had some crazy medical problems
That's
far
why you.
in my short life. So this is kind of based off current events, you know. I just got
A
me
lot
thinking,
involving your ding dong.
Yeah. So to start it off, I'll go first, I guess. I won't say everything, but yeah, I just I'm having
have a
the
UTI?
symptoms. It's pretty cool. Always got to pee, never ends.
It's pretty rare. Guys don't get UTIs that often. And then there's
that's
you,
what I heard.
and then there's you.
Yeah. I mean, this is my second one ever. My first one though.
Let's talk about what you're going through right now.
What am I?
All right.
I mean, all right.
Yeah.
For those that are uneducated,
Well, your wiener, see, it starts to feel a little funny. That's the first symptom. Wiener
Oh,
feels
no.
funny,
not funny wiener syndrome.
and then
Nope.
you're like, "That's weird." And then later in the day, you don't care too much about it, but you're starting to notice it. You know, you go to the bathroom, then you realize what's happening. You're like, "Oh, that's not normal." There's no like pain, but the constant urge to keep peeing even when you're done. That's a big symptom. Inflammation a little bit. I'm not experiencing that fully, but the never-ending pee syndrome definitely is a big
So,
symptom
like,
with me right now. But
You finish up and you still feel like you have to go.
yeah, got some drippy dick. That's
Because, like, I've never had one, so I have no idea what it's like. And I don't know if it's different for guys or girls, or if it's pretty much the same, or
it's kind of the
I guess
same.
it depends. It probably depends on, like, how severe it is.
I think the drippy dick's more on our side.
Well, I mean, you get
Yeah, that only makes
regardless
sense.
half
Yeah,
the
yeah.
time.
So, yeah, those are my only
Is it hard to pee?
symptoms. No, not. I think usually you have to pee more when you have one. Like because obviously you have that urge constantly. But I've kind of it's like back and forth. Like I have to when I pee, I feel like I still have to pee. But after I'm done peeing, I'll like go fucking 4 hours, 5 hours without even thinking about it again.
Okay, so it's not
So
that
it's-
that bad.
I already took
Not that big of
the
a deal.
weird medicine that makes your pee fucking bright orange.
What?
Ooh.
So that's cool.
You're not just drinking cranberry juice?
That too.
Dude, I love
Mm.
cranberry
It's also
juice.
cool.
Sam
'cause it's-
hates cranberry
It's
juice.
I
Easter
love it.
Sunday and everything's closed.
Oh, yeah.
Can't
Well,
go
that's what
buy
you
some
get.
cranberry juice. But we did have pills for cranberry, like a cranberry supplement thing, and
Cranberry pills?
yeah, which I think are way better than actually drinking that bullshit drink that isn't
It's
good.
not bullshit. It
Fuck
tastes good.
Probably.
Everybody who likes that
You gotta have
shit, it's not
low
good. Kill
sugar.
yourself. All right.
It's so good.
What about cran apple?
No,
I love cran apple.
No.
no.
Because
None of
I
it. All
remember saying
bad.
the first time you had your UTI, which was the first time was so much fucking worse. For like 2 weeks, you would be like, okay, time to drink my giant glass of cranberry juice, and it'd take you like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's hard to drink it. It's so bad.
Sam's genitals. He's had quite a few problems with them.
That's a HIPAA violation. All right. Anyway, so back to my current problem. I'm okay. My pee's bright orange. It's great. Looks like a highlighter
Does it taste
right
good?
now. No, it tastes worse. Medicine really fucks with that kink I have.
Yeah. I guess highlighters don't taste that good anyways.
No. Because if you remember, I used to eat them in school.
Since we're on the topic of UTIs, Sam, you did mention that you had one before. And there's a funny story to it and a sad story to it. So I'll introduce it for you, even though it's your ailment. But when this happened, I was at Sam's house with his friend Brandon, and I think I had just gotten Left 4 Dead 2, and I brought it over. I was like, "Oh, dude, let's play it. Let's all play it together." And
it's so crazy how vivid our memory of this is.
it's not even like that bad, but I don't know why I remember it so much. So like
Me neither.
we were playing it, and Sam got up to pee or something, and then Brandon and I were playing Left 4 Dead. We played it for like an hour, and Sam just wasn't back.
Oh boy.
Because I was
He just
crying in the bathroom.
so it turns out Sam was crying in the bathroom that whole time we were playing Left 4 Dead, talking
my
to
house.
his mom.
Jesus.
Yeah, we were at his house. So how did that experience go when you went to the bathroom?
Okay, that first time I went, it was traumatic, obviously. I was fucking scared, crying and shit, and I wasn't thinking about you guys anymore at all. And I was like telling my mom, I was like, yo, something's wrong. Can't pee right. I don't know what to do. And after that, like right after that happened, everything you remember, I stopped peeing for
Yeah.
like a full day. I
So
just
this one was worse.
I didn't know.
couldn't-
I didn't know what a UTI was. I was just like, this is fucking scary. I hate this feeling. I need it to go away. I'll just wait. I'll wait for it to go away before I pee again.
So it
Which
wasn't
is
that
the
you
worst thing you can do with a UTI.
with a UTI. So it wasn't that you couldn't pee, you just didn't want to because you were scared?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I thought maybe you
Held
just
it
had
in.
a hard time. Didn't you say something about like crystals in your urine? Or is that something else?
I
All right, it was something else.
don't remember that.
Never mind. I'll cut that out.
Okay. All right.
I'll cut that out.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
You have to cut it out.
Okay. Because there's awkward silence.
That's okay.
So I don't know how long it was after this UTI situation cleared up, Sam, but I remember you not too long after you came to me and you're like, I have a cyst on my cord of my balls.
Oh. That was so much long. Like, that was a lot farther apart.
It was.
Yeah, that was years ahead, I think.
Oh, okay.
That was like, no, maybe 3-4 years.
Well, still, pretty unlucky.
But, yeah. So pretty much every every medical issue I've had so far has been in the worst possible spot. And I thought it was funny. It really made me think about it when I realized yesterday that I had this at 4 p.m.
I mean, a UTI isn't that big of a deal. It's fairly common, but like out of all of the problems that you can have, it's always your dick.
Yeah, it's always my dick.
You just have a fucked up dick.
I guess. But
So
about that cyst situation. I thought I had cancer. I was scared because I felt it. It was uncomfortable. I didn't know what was going on. Like I didn't know what it could possibly be other than cancer. I didn't even consider a cyst. Like,
of course.
a fucking cyst. I associate a cyst with Eddie's fucking hand.
Wrist.
Yeah, or wrist, whatever.
Yeah, ganglion cyst. It's still there.
Ugh.
It's just small. I feel like if I got it like drained or something, it would probably not come back. Because like it hasn't filled up to the point where it was.
You know, I think they told me that too about my balls.
Is it still there?
I don't know. I haven't felt it.
Squeezed
in years.
away. Oh, that's good.
I think it might have just went away, but it just hasn't. I haven't noticed it since like a month after that doctor's appointment where they did the unthinkable to me.
Yeah, an ultrasound.
A nice, friendly old lady came in. She was like, "Oh, why don't you just drop your pants, get up on the bed there." I'm like, like they could give me a fucking old man. Come on, but
right,
an
like at least
old
make them sexy.
man who's seen it all. That's who I would have rather had. But whatever, older lady, sure. I don't know what it is.
An old man who knows how to use his hands.
Yeah. But yeah, she laid me down, dude. She was feeling me up. She's like, "Where do you so it's on the left side here, you think?" And then she's like underneath, she's grabbing them balls. And I'm like, "Yeah, I think right there, And I'm fucking cringing really hard the whole time. And
she hold it in the nut.
And she's like, "Okay." And then she puts no, she already had gloves on. What am I saying?
Then she puts the gloves on.
And then she put gloves on. Yeah. She put
jelly.
them on. Yeah, she fucking put jelly all over her hand and started lathering me up. And then she, starts using the machine. She looks directly into my eyes and was like, "So where you work at?" What you got any hobbies?
Does this hurt? And she just squeezes the cyst as hard as she can.
Oh.
She's like, "Tell me if you feel any pain."
No.
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Like as in pain, as in you feel pain, not like.
As in you're enjoying it.
That's what I thought. Yeah. I thought you were like, yes, more. Oh my god.
Cyst kink.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So that was fun.
Did they tell you were going to lose your balls?
No. So if it was
Well,
cancer, I would have. That's what they do. They take out the ball that has the fucking cancer on it. Scary.
Take a meat cleaver and just chop it off.
No, they fucking.
They just squeeze it until it pops.
No, they do what they do with the baby pigs. They just fucking squeeze the whole ball sack and pinch it out.
Yikes.
And then yank, pull, cord comes with it. I'm about to gag.
Oh, yeah,
So-
that's disgusting.
When you woke up that morning, what was the first sign? Did it feel wrong, or were you just kind of having an inspection, a little down there, and then you're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
that's not right. that shouldn't be there.
I just felt something I've never felt before, which
Like a sensation.
wasn't the feeling of inflamed, like something being inflamed, because I felt that before with the UTI that I had the first time, but it was where it was at. I couldn't understand where I was feeling it. Like, because you don't feel your fucking, you don't feel your string, you know what I mean?
You're not aware.
You don't feel that. It's not something you can just, like, know is there.
You can kind of do that little dance where you, like, pull them up.
Yeah, but you're not feeling the string. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's getting graphic, but you know what I mean?
Like, you forget that it's there. But like, it's not.
When it itself is inflamed, you feel it. And it just it just confused me. I just didn't understand that feeling. So I was like just walking with it for a couple of days. I was like, maybe I have an infection or something. Maybe I fucking sat wrong.
UTI part 2.
I don't fucking know.
Well, there's this one terrifying thing that can happen to guys. And I think it sort of happened to me. So I've also been unlucky with the family jewels.
Yeah, dude.
This is such a good, like, this is such a great topic. We're just talking about our fucking balls all day.
And then
testicles.
So for anime. Don't worry.
So for those, maybe we shouldn't have led with this. So for
this is definitely
this is what's gonna turn people off. It's like, okay, I don't give a fuck about this.
Talking about balls and then going straight into anime? Hell yeah. That sounds like a good fucking episode to me.
Manly episode.
I guess real quick before I get into that, I have a ganglion cyst on my wrist, on my right wrist, where the lever action is. If I push it down, you can see a little bump. It's not noticeable anymore unless I push it down. So you can't really tell. But like when I was in high school, I think I was playing basketball in gym class or something, and like I went to catch the ball and it just like hit my hand the wrong way, and my wrist just fucking hurt so bad. And like I thought I sprained it or something, and I thought it was getting swollen, but what turns out is that, well, I mean, it probably did get swollen. But what turns out is, I think what happened is it like hit my fingertips and they bent too far back or something. Or maybe it was the other way around. I don't know. I don't really remember, but I thought it was getting swollen, and it probably did. But what actually happened is that there's a nice little circle bump that was coming. It was started to protrude out of my wrist. So that was cool. Some people thought that it was just like the wrist bone because like it isn't too far away from that. So like that's fine. If you don't look hard enough, it's not weird. But like it was kind of squishy, kind of sucked. It would randomly hurt sometimes, and I didn't have like a full range of motion on my wrist, so it really sucked.
That sounds fucking terrible.
I went a few times. They stuck a needle in it and sucked out all the juice. That was quite the sensation because it doesn't hurt. The cyst, I mean, it does, but I wouldn't really call it pain. It's like it's a weird feeling that I can't describe, but it's like extremely stressed feeling, I guess, on that area, mixed with pain. I can't really describe it. You're just gonna have to get a cyst for yourself. I
don't think I want to do that.
There's videos of people, they're like, how to get rid of it, and they're like, take a book and just fucking smash it.
I mean, yeah, kinda.
Which you can do, but you can also completely fuck up your wrist by doing that, or you can make it permanent.
Smash it.
You can make the like little tear that leaks your joint fluid in that pocket. You can make it bigger by doing that.
Ew.
So like, of course, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah,
so I think
sounds disgusting.
I mean, but I've also popped it on accident a few times, like by like tripping and falling and like catching myself with my wrist. It would pop it, and then I wouldn't feel it for like 3 weeks, and then it would slowly start coming back.
Does it hurt afterwards?
Yes, it hurts like a fucking bitch.
Because if
for
you
like
pop
10 minutes,
into your,
and then it goes
like
away.
It's not.
And then you absorb the liquid.
Like the liquid is just in you, just
in
that area. That doesn't sound good at all.
It's in between your skin and your muscles, and your body just absorbs it.
Oh,
Um,
it's not that bad then, I guess.
yeah, the pain goes away kind of fast, and then you're good for a couple weeks. And I think the last time that happened, it was healed up. So like it healed up as it was filling up. So like it's still there a little bit. I have pretty good range of motion on my wrist, but I can't do like normal push-ups. That still gives me discomfort, is trying to do things like normal push-ups. Like where your hands are flat and your arms at like a right angle. That's still kind of difficult. So I might go in and get it drained one more time, because I feel like if I do that, it'll be gone forever. I just have to make an appointment and hope it's not expensive. Insurance is cool. So that's that. Another thing that happened around the same time as Sam's cyst in his area.
Yeah.
So for those of you that don't know, for guys, there's a thing that can happen called testicular torsion.
Oh.
And what happens is, while you're sleeping, one of your like balls can like spin around, like twist, and it'll just completely cut off the supply, and you'll just wake up in the greatest pain you can imagine.
That was a good description.
What is with the both of you and just having terrible balls?
I guess you don't have any stories, Hunter?
No, I'm perfectly fine. I've had times where like my balls just like hurt for like a couple hours, but
yeah, I've had those too. When you were growing up, did you randomly just like be sitting there and then all of a sudden your fucking nuts would hurt for like 2 minutes and then it would just go away?
Yep. That still kind of happens like every now and again, but it's like nothing to like go to the hospital for.
I haven't had that in a while. But yeah, and if you don't like get it like retwisted, like after you wake up, if you're too late, it's just gone. You just lose it. It just stops working. So I got lucky and it wasn't that bad. So it must have been like a half twist or a quarter twist. But I woke up, it was inflamed. It was swollen. And I was in high school. I was probably like 16. I didn't have my driver's license. It was 6 a.m. and I woke up my mom. I was like, my ball hurts like really bad. Can we go to the hospital? And then we did. They laid me up, got the jelly out, and I think it was like an ultrasound, like a live ultrasound. And they were just looking. They were just looking to see if there was any problems. They were like, seems okay. It is a little bit swollen, so it must not have been like fully bad. They thought it was like maybe a bacterial infection. It definitely wasn't, but they gave me antibiotics anyways. And like later that day, by the end of the day, it was completely fine. But it was pretty scary to just wake up and be like, yeah,
Did they twist it back?
I have trouble walking. So I kind of was playing around with it, and I think I got it figured out.
Okay. Always wanted to ask you that, actually. If they actually
they didn't actively go in and like be like, here, I'm gonna twist this real quick. I mean, maybe they did when they were doing the ultrasound, but I don't think so. So that was that. And then more recently, I want to say like in October or so, I had another similar testicle related injury, except this one I believe was caused by longboarding in skinny jeans.
Oh, I remember.
Do you remember? Yeah.
Yep.
So I was longboarding.
Yeah, I remember.
I was longboarding in skinny jeans, and then like maybe a half a mile to a mile in, I was like, something doesn't feel right. And then we kept going anyways. We probably went like 3 or 4 miles, like round trip.
Yeah, I think in total it was like 3.5.
I was like, it kind of still feels weird every time I kick. So yeah, don't longboard in skinny jeans if you want to protect your jewels. Because I sprained it. I sprained the cord right where it connects to my left testicle.
You went to the doctor for this?
I did.
Oh shit.
Because I didn't know if it was something worse. Because that area was swollen, and it was like I should double check. Because what happened is it was like I had to walk all funny, and it was like for a week, and I was like, all right, okay, maybe I should get it looked at. And then I did, and they were like, yeah, I mean, you probably just sprained it, but I'm going to refer you to get an ultrasound just in case.
Oh.
I was like, okay. So I had to call the hospital and schedule an ultrasound. And they're like, yeah, we can't get you in for a week. So it was, I could still feel it by the time the ultrasound came up. It was like 2 days before. I was like, should I just cancel it? Because like it's getting better, even though I could still feel it. And then the day of the ultrasound, I like couldn't feel it at all, but I still just went just in case, because I was like, maybe I damaged it, or like, because like I wanted to make sure that I didn't like fucking pull it off, or well, I mean not pull it off, but like I don't know, tearing or anything like that. Like I need to make sure that these bad boys are okay. So I went and got the ultrasound. Everything was fine. My insurance covered a good bit of it, but I still had to pay like $200 out of pocket, which really sucked.
Jesus. Fuck the American health system.
Yeah, it's like, why do I pay health insurance if I have to still pay $200 for an ultrasound to tell me that everything's fine? I'm glad everything's fine, and I'm glad that I know for sure, but at the same time, I don't think I needed that confirmation.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, after, like, by 3 weeks after, it was completely fine. But it was mostly the time thing. The time, like how long it was taking to get better. That's what worried me.
Was this
but other
like
than
last
that,
year?
Yeah, it was last October. Around
Literally when, dude, our last sober October? When we didn't do
probably
it?
around that time, yeah. I mean, it was like a month or two after I got the longboard, and I got the longboard in like September maybe.
Yeah, it was somewhere around there, because you got yours like, what was it, like 2 months after I got my cruiser?
Yeah. So that's that. Other than that, I mean, I've been pretty lucky to be a pretty healthy guy.
Yeah, some people get cancer.
So it's pretty cool. Yeah. Well, actually, there is another thing that I haven't been diagnosed, but I also think that I have a mild Tourette's, but I haven't been diagnosed for that. But
get diagnosed.
I think I do, because I have these minor tics.
Yeah, don't worry, we know about them.
But it mostly only shows up when I start getting anxious. But sometimes if I'm not paying attention, it still happens. Sometimes I have like breathing tics. Sometimes I look at my hair, or I'll shake my head. Things like that. Sometimes I'll move my face, and a lot of times I can kind of control that, but it's like just I randomly get like this strong urge to like move my shoulders, or like if something isn't even. So if I like see something on like the right side of my head moving, I get this OCD like ass urge to even it out and like have that same amount of like movement on the left side of my face.
Hold on. Wait. I have something to add to this.
Okay.
Personal experiences with the looking thing, like needing stuff to be even.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm driving, I think Eddie probably knows
bothers
where I'm going.
you.
It bothers me when there's this bug squashed, like on like one side of the windshield, and my eyes can, in my like peripherals, I can see it.
Yeah.
I can't stand it. I need another, like if there was another one evenly on the other side. It's so weird.
It's just like that, except it's more often, I guess.
Yeah.
Or like if I wipe my hand on like the left side of my body, I'll feel inclined to even it out with the right. But that's it's more so a visual thing than
probably,
feeling.
I think it's just visual with me. Like it's just that. Like I can't stand things in my peripheral. I can't do it.
Sometimes I'm pretty good at blocking it out now, but sometimes if I'm driving and if like a lot of cars are like driving past me, like in the other lane, like on the left going towards me,
you have to get on the other side of them so you go off the road and then so that they're passing you on the other side. You know
I got you. Like it kind of bothers me if there's a lot of traffic, but like that hasn't really happened. But that's just another example. Ooh. And I know Sam has something that triggers him with sharp, long, pointy objects pointing directly at him.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to elaborate?
I don't have to, like, you pretty much summed it up. It doesn't even have to be pointy.
Or any examples?
What's an example? I don't know. I can't think of an example right now. I kind of just learned to avoid that type of stuff. So it just doesn't, I don't have that issue really. Like if there's it's the same thing with the windshield though. Like it's just,
okay.
It's literally sharp objects obviously are worse.
It's like some kind of hypersensitivity thing where you're just like, please stop existing.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, we're pretty healthy lads, healthy lads so far.
I was gonna say I don't really have like anything like that. Going back to like hospital visits and such. Anytime that I'm like feeling weird and I think I should just go to like the hospital, I just don't.
Well, I mean, because it's expensive.
That is a
it's
a key factor is the price. But like there's been like many times where like I've had like this immense like sharp pain in like my chest or like just honestly almost anywhere where I should definitely get it checked out because it could be something serious. I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna sleep it off.
I mean, yeah, and then you get like the ribs, like the growing ribs thing where it's like, and then it just goes away.
So often. There's been like a time where like that pain was like a constant thing for like 3 days.
It's like hard to breathe, like.
Yeah, and I'm like, I should get up and go to the hospital, and then
I
I
don't
look
think
at my
it's
bank
ever
account,
lasted.
and I'm like, I got like $20 to my name. I'm just gonna die.
I don't think it's ever lasted 3 days for me. It's lasted like an hour at most.
Yeah, I try to be like super,
5 minutes.
I try to be like super safe and healthy. I mean, what I usually do is pretty unhealthy, so I should probably stop doing everything that I'm doing, but I must be doing something right for me not to be completely fucked up. I don't really get like that kind of like, what would you like call it, like OCDs, whatever like Sam was talking about with like the bugs splatter on the windshield and it just bothering him. Like, wouldn't that be like OCD?
Yeah, I don't really get that with bugs on the windshield too much for some reason.
I can't stand it.
Yeah, I don't get like immense OCD. Like there's like a couple things that it'll like slightly bother me, but it won't like put me in a shitty mood. But like I get paranoid like about a lot of things, like bad, like very little things. I think like the biggest thing for me is that I need like wherever I am, I like to know where an exit is at like all times. And if I don't know like how to like leave a room, I'll start to panic.
That's an alpha male trait right there.
Sweet. but there's only been like a couple times.
Or the opposite.
Yeah, there's only been like a couple times where I've like walked in a room and I didn't know how to like get out and I just panic.
Right.
So Hunter,
what up?
Planes. How you feel about them?
I can be on a plane, but it makes me incredibly uncomfortable.
Because you're stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
I either have to sit still and not think about it, or I will fucking be so uncomfortable, I'll breathe heavy, I'll pretty much panic. Yeah.
Do you get claustrophobic?
A bit, yeah.
Probably more so when you're in those situations.
Yeah. So I've only been on a plane like 3 times in my life, and all 3 times, I've been not like forced, I guess, but I was pretty much told like, oh, sit by the window, it makes everything better. So I look out the window and I'm like, I hate this. So pretty much every time I've just like almost like curled up into a ball and just like kept my eyes closed. Like the entire time, tried to like fall asleep so it would just go by faster. That or even read. Reading helped.
I have never been on a plane. And by that I mean I technically have once when I was a baby, but I don't remember it at all because I was a baby. So I don't.
I mean, I definitely wouldn't mind it if I'd be able to just open up the door and leave, but if I do that, I'd actually die.
Just see ya.
Yeah, that's why I like driving places more than flying. Like, I'd rather fucking, like, drive down to fucking Florida than fly.
Didn't you have, like, a major dental surgery?
Me?
Yeah.
Not really. I didn't, okay, I mean, yeah. During, like, high school, I think it was, I think this was, like, 2015 or something. It was right at the end of me not giving a shit, just in general. So I didn't really like take care of myself, and that included my teeth. Yeah. So nowadays, I'm a big advocate on brushing your teeth like 3 times a day and keeping care of them.
3 times, dang. You're OP.
Yeah. But all my life, I've had like shitty teeth. Like just incredibly sensitive. If I bite something relatively hard, they can break.
That's so good.
I had my front teeth. I'll pretty much just say this. Like when I was growing up, my front teeth came in rotten, so they had to get pulled. So for a lot of my younger life, I didn't have front teeth. But when they came, like my adult teeth came in, they came in fucking huge. So that made me like a little self-conscious about that. So I like never smiled and never like showed my teeth. And because of that, I didn't really brush my teeth too much. So they just got incredibly unhealthy to the point where my big ass fucking front teeth started to like get holes in them. And then and then
I can't stand thinking of that.
I hate it so much. But like one day in school, it was lunchtime, and I'm talking with a bunch of my friends, and I took a bite of an apple, and I heard like a big like click. I didn't feel anything. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck was that? And I look at the apple, and it's just covered in blood. I chipped like half of my tooth on it, and it like cut like some of my gums, but I didn't feel it. So I'm like, what the fuck is this? What apple is this? Because I thought it was the apple that was like bleeding and not me. And then I looked at my phone and I saw that it, like the blood was coming from my mouth, and I freaked out. I fucking called like my mom. I'm like, I'm fucking dying.
Oh yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Dang.
And then I think it was like 2 days after that, I was able to get to the dentist, and they were looking at it, at my teeth, and they're like, oh, you're lucky you come to fix this now, or else you probably would have lost your front teeth. I'm like, oh, that would have been fucking terrible. So,
yeah, a dentist said I had to get my wisdom teeth out too, and I still haven't 4 years later.
I have like my top wisdom teeth out, and that wasn't bad. I actually liked it when they took those out, because it was like weird. They like trimmed it down, and then my dentist looked at me in the eyes and was like, this is gonna feel a little uncomfortable. And I'm like, all right, hit it. And he fucking, with like a ton of fucking pressure, split the tooth in half and took it out. And it just felt so weird. But I, for some reason, liked it. I thought it was fucking cool.
So like,
why?
When you get those taken out, do you just have like holes in your mouth for a while?
Yeah, I still have holes in my gums.
No, sorry, can't do that.
It's like somewhat healed over, but it's like there's definitely like still a crevice, and I still get like food stuck in it.
Oh my God.
But it's not as bad as it was when it first happened.
I still have my wisdom teeth. They grew in pretty much perfectly fine. So
Yeah.
I have a pretty big mouth, so I already had
do.
room for them. And what's weird is that only 3 of them grew in. I don't have the bottom right one. There's just nothing there. And what's even weirder is that I feel like that was the first one that like I could feel coming in
Mm-hmm.
and like a little point, but then it just like went away, and now it doesn't show up in x-rays or anything, so I don't know what that was.
I mean, I couldn't tell
It's
you.
just not there,
Yeah.
which is weird. So yeah, I have almost a full set of teeth except one.
I was gonna say I had a full set of teeth because all my wisdom teeth came in. The bottom ones came in perfectly fine. They're good. I don't need them removed or anything. And technically, I didn't really need the top ones removed, but my dentist was like, I think that at some point they're gonna like shift and it might cause some discomfort. And like, as soon as he said discomfort, I'm like, just take them out.
Mm-hmm.
Then he split them in half and was like, I want these, and they gave them to me. I don't know where they are. I think they're in like a box somewhere downstairs. But
Teeth. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know the story between that dentist thing. All I remember is the bloody selfie that you send.
oh yeah, that's the best picture I have of myself. Like that appointment had to be split into 2 parts because along with my teeth, I have very sensitive gums. So when they were fucking with my teeth, it'd like poke my gums and I'd bleed a lot. And they had to like stop 3 times because I was bleeding so much. And I think it was the last time before they like completely stopped. My dentist was like, all right, we need to take a break so you can bleed, get some of that blood out. I'm like, oh, I wonder how this looked. And I put up my phone. There was no blood like coming out of my mouth, so it looked fine. And then I took this big ass fucking grin, and there's just blood all over my teeth. And it just made me laugh. So I love that picture like more than anything.
It's a good photo, but I also hate it. I hate looking at it.
I'm pretty sure it's the oldest picture on my phone. It's the 3rd one.
That's funny.
I love it so much. You can see like how my teeth were like so fucked up, and then the blood.
So yeah, brush your teeth, kids.
Oh yeah, please brush your fucking teeth. Use mouthwash. Please floss.
Floss. I don't do it as much as I should, but
I don't do it as much as I want to, but I
Definitely
still do
floss.
it a decent amount.
in high school I did it like every night.
I don't
that's a lot
do
of
it
work.
every night whenever like I can feel like stuff in between my teeth. Like even if it's just like a small bit of food just in like one spot, I just do
Mhm.
my entire mouth.
Yeah.
I'm like, nope, I'm cleaning the entire thing.
I don't know how long ago it was. Maybe like a year ago. I actually bought a dental pick to scrape the plaque that builds up because
Yeah.
I don't floss as much as I should, just in case if I need to just like chip that shit out. But like also be very, very careful if you do that because you can easily fuck something up.
Oh,
I only do that because I'm confident in my ability to like maneuver it and like know if something's wrong. But yeah, I
Are
would
you talking about
recommend
flossing?
everybody.
When you
No,
floss?
a dental pick. So like that metal
Oh.
thing that they scrape your teeth with.
Oh.
And I only use it on my bottom front teeth that I can see it because that's where most of the plaque builds up. That's where all your saliva glands are. So a lot of stuff builds up there. So I only do it there. I don't do it with the rest of my mouth because like I can't see that and I don't trust a metal object scraping my teeth like that.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm not the biggest fan of like the metal tools in my mouth, but I mean everything else I'm fine with when it comes to like the dentist. 'Cause my dentist he's really
Yeah.
nice, but he's like a normal stereotypical dentist. He'll have his whole fucking fist in your mouth, fucking it with his fingers, and he'll be like, "So how are you doing? You working anywhere? How's your friends and your family?" And I'm like, he's like, "You know what? That sounds like a good time."
yeah, the classics.
Yeah,
Ay, ay, ay.
exactly.
Sam, how's it going?
He says it. yeah, the dentist is like the only place that, when it comes to like medically, that I've been to recently. I don't go to the doctors. I haven't had my eyesight checked in probably like 7 years.
Same.
I can feel my eyesight getting worse, so I'm gonna have to go to like the eye
Uh-oh.
doctor sometime soon.
I should.
Did you guys
Yeah,
talk to me in the last 30 seconds?
Yeah, we did, but
We
we just
noticed.
continued.
Well, I said something because I felt like you weren't there, and you weren't.
I mean, I was, but she was talking to me. What?
No, it's
What?
fine. I literally just was like, "How's it going, Sam?" And then there's no response.
Oh. I mean, I have very little to add to the dental thing. I just hate it. I hate going to the dentist. It's not the best thing in the world.
I miss when they used to put that foam in those things and make you close your teeth on it
I
for
don't-
like
They still
2
do that
minutes.
Don't care
if you're
about any of
young.
that.
I miss the foam.
I'm sure you could probably ask them.
And
Hey,
every
can I get
time-
it's like
every-
fluoride foam or something.
Yeah.
Every time I fucking go to the dentist now, they fucking say, "Gotta get them wisdom teeth out. We make an appointment. Let's make an appointment right now. Make an appointment right now. We gotta get those out." Like that's
Really?
all they want to do to me.
Well, yeah, because it's money. It's big bucks to get them out. I
Do
think
they
when I
do
got
it at your dentist, or will they
At my-
refer you somewhere else?
They did it at my dentist. So it could be different in other places, but
And I like don't want to tell them no. The only excuse I had last
Just-
time was be like, I'm moving to another state tomorrow." So
Which
That's
was
the-
true.
like that was my only out. It's like I can't do it now.
every
So-
time they told me like, "Hey, we need to make this big appointment for you further down the line. Are you free?" And I'll look at it. And at the time, I was jobless, so I'm like, "Oh no, I definitely work that week. It's a busy week for work."
Sorry, can't go.
Exactly. That's my favorite excuses. Oh, I gotta work,
Yeah,
especially when you're not working. It makes you feel important.
yeah, but now you got health insurance through your job.
It's true. Will I do
So
anything with
sweet.
it? Probably not.
It's good
Do you
to
have the
and it's
insurance yet, or
cheap.
do you have to wait 90 days?
I have to wait 90 days.
Either way.
So-
Real quick,
So, I mean, what up?
before we go into the anime thing, which we should probably do soon.
Yeah.
Because that's gonna be a while, I feel like. But
Mhm.
It's gonna be the rest of the podcast.
so how do you feel about the bullshit you're doing at your job?
It's fucking boring,
Yeah.
and all I'm doing is fucking with the wires and putting labels on wires and putting shit in connectors, and like that is literally it.
That's pretty
And-
much the sitting down job. Yep.
Yep, it is literally just all I do. It's incredibly boring. The day goes by so fucking slow, so I hate it. Fucking
Nice.
the like first actual like full day I got to like work and do a bunch of stuff. They showed me exactly how to do this one thing, and then at the very end of it, before everything had to get like completely tested, I had to put everything in like the connectors and such, and they showed me the wrong way to put everything in, so I put stuff in backwards, so it failed tests. So I got, I think, 11 write-ups right off the bat.
Nice, dude. Nice.
Wow.
And the next day, like I was like relatively confident. I'm like, oh, that stuff was pretty easy. I can easily do that for the rest of the week. I sit down, and this person brings in like this fucking red, like small crate, and just puts it in front of me, and it's just filled with bags. I'm like, what is this? And he looks at me, he's like, you got to fix 11 of these. And I'm looking at the papers, I'm like, I got 11 write-ups? What the fuck? He's like, they're all backwards. I'm gonna need you to fix them. And this one just doesn't work, so I'm gonna have to have you just recreate it. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
Oh,
So I'm like questioning, I'm like, what did I do wrong in this? Like, especially like the one that was just completely fucked up, and fucking one of the wires were fucking like cut from the like the screw. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, I didn't do this one. And I'm looking at the fucking like papers, and it wasn't me who fucking did it. My name wasn't on there. And I'm like, why did I get this? This isn't my write-up. I'm looking at it, and I'm like, what the fuck? And so I turned to like the person next to me. I'm like, do I have to do this? I didn't fuck this one up. And they look at me and they're like, yeah, just redo it. I'm like, oh, okay. What the fuck?
Cool.
Oh no.
Did you tattle on the person that trained you?
No.
Like,
I'm nice.
hey,
Don't do
they're
that.
fucking everything up.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah,
Don't.
all I did was just flip.
Well, yeah, but like, if they're doing stuff wrong,
Yeah, but what I've noticed since I've been there is be on everybody's good side.
I just don't talk.
damn.
Okay.
Okay.
They are the big. I'm gonna say 90% of the fucking people that work there that are over fucking 35 are the biggest shit talkers in the fucking world. They never do anything wrong, so just fucking let them think that. Get on with your day.
The first like week I was there, like when I was just watching people, it was so fucking boring, so stupid. I don't know why
Yeah.
I did it. It was the like third day they put me with this girl, and it's like 8 a.m. I'm super fucking tired because I didn't have like a good sleep schedule then, and supervisor fucking brings me in, sits me down next to this girl, and she's like, "Oh, you're gonna watch this girl and pretty much just watch her and see what she's doing. Don't have to like talk to her or anything." I'm like, "All right, that's fine. I'll just sit here and watch. That's what I've been doing the last 2 days." So I sit down, and 10 minutes in, she's fucking with her stuff, and she just starts like talking to herself. And I'm like, "All right, she's a little weird, but that's fine. I talk to myself too sometimes." But the things that she was saying, she's like, I don't fucking understand why they're making him watch me. Like, it's fucking stupid. I don't get it. Like, I'm not doing anything important.
Courtney.
I would not have given her name, but yeah.
It's okay.
Uh-oh.
It's just the first name.
Yeah, but
That's fine.
I'm sitting there and like half an hour goes by and she starts getting like louder, and then she actually starts telling me. She's like looking at me like, I don't know why you're watching me. I don't know why they put you with me. Like, I don't do anything that important. I'm like, well, I mean, you work here, so you must be doing something important, and I'm watching you, so it must be somewhat important. She's like, no, it's not important at all. I don't understand. Like, it's stupid. It's fucking bullshit. And I'm like, okay. And then the supervisor comes over. She's like, we're gonna move you over to Scott, and he's gotta teach you a bunch of stuff. I'm like, okay, yes,
God.
please get me out of here.
Scott's
Dude was super
cool.
chill. I love Scott.
Scott's cool. Gang, gang.
Yeah, gang.
Gang.
That's cool. You're having a not great time getting settled in.
No, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I mean, it pays more than anything I've ever had, so I'm gonna keep it going.
When you get trained to do other things like soldering and stuff, do you think it'll be better?
If they train me to do that, then
Sam, do you have
maybe.
I'll
to
answer
solder
that.
for bomb racks?
I'll answer that for you, Hunter. No, it won't get better.
Damn,
I'm
maybe I
I'm
don't
very
want to work there.
disappointed, Hunter, that they put that fucking retard with us on bomb racks and not you.
Yeah, I was super mad.
Oh,
He's so annoying. I hate him. He's just
No, like we did our tests and everything, and he got his done first. And I think I had mine done for like an hour, but I just sat in the room because I was like, I just want to be on my phone and drink my coffee. So whenever I was like, you know what, I'll go out on the floor and see what I'll be doing. I'm talking to the supervisor, and she's like, well, we put the person that you were talking about on where Sam is. And as soon as she said that, I'm like, I'm not going to be working there, aren't I? You're like, you're going to be working with this group of people just fucking with wires. I'm like, wow, this sounds boring. And it is.
just
Yep.
fucking with wires.
that sucks. You got the shit end.
Yeah, I know.
Just keep complaining about it. They might move you. I'll keep complaining about him. You keep complaining about what you're doing. Maybe we can get you switched over to what I'm doing.
Get the squad together.
Just keep saying. I'm really interested though in the bomb. I really feel like I would enjoy routing them. Just keep saying shit like that. They'll probably move you.
There's already been like a couple times where like the people around me was like, oh, are you enjoying what you're doing? I'm like, yeah, this isn't bad. I had an interest in bomb racks first, but I mean, this is all right.
Good. Keep it up.
Plant those seeds.
Exactly.
Especially
Just-
if you
just
say
say,
it
like-
around Mark, the big boy.
Use like strong words though. Like I feel like bomb racks would challenge me well, maybe not challenge me, but like,
I was gonna say, I don't think in like a job field, especially when you're dealing with bomb racks, the word challenging would be a
no,
good word to
that's
use.
not that's not what I meant. But like, I don't know, more fit to my
I want to be challenged, and I feel
skills.
like bomb racks would be a good. Like, I feel like I could understand it better. I feel like routing.
Or say like my skill set. I'm too good for the shitty wires.
That's good.
These wires.
Then
don't
why do you have 11
challenge
write-ups, you
me.
pussy? No.
These wires.
Now I'll
aren't
just
very
sit there
challenging.
one day. I'll be putting a wire in a connector, and just out of nowhere, I'll be like, "Fuck wires! Put me on bomb racks!"
And then soon be like,
Please, Daddy.
oh, okay,
please.
sure. Sorry, I keep using names. It's all right.
Okay, sweetie.
Okay, sweetie.
I'm literally training that fucking Kyle kid. I hate him.
Yeah. Every time I walk by and I see you two together, I feel so bad.
He's so annoying. He likes to tell stories that go nowhere.
No.
He acts. He's telling stories, right? He'll talk about a fucking party he was at, but it never goes anywhere. There's not a reason to say it other than the fact that the event happened. He'll just keep going. He's like, and then we went to Sheets, and like, and
Nice,
and that's
dude.
when it got crazy, right? And we getting drinks and stuff, and it's like, just stop talking. Stop talking about it.
He's
I don't
telling Irish
care.
stories.
Like,
Yeah.
it's the story doesn't have an ending. You're just
There's no-
talking.
Climax. There's no conclusion. It's just
Yeah, he might-
rising action.
Oh, I
Yeah,
hate
he
him.
might just be just like one of those people who just likes to hear himself talk.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's because I won't talk to him myself, like without, like I'll literally just tell him
Somebody's
what to
got
do
to
and
be the
shit.
talker.
Huh,
Yeah,
whatever.
Ask
I'm
him if he
not
likes
a
anime.
talker when it comes
I'd
to
rather listen to Hunter's memes all day than
exactly.
listen to the fucking stories.
Who do you think
Alright.
you are? I am.
Anyway, my anime list.
Okay, so I had these big boys. I decided, what was it, like a week ago maybe? Yeah. I decided to set up a MyAnimeList because what I'd like to do is I have notes in my phone where I just write down every show I've watched. And I was like, that's cool and all, but like, how can we make it more optimized? How can we make it look better? And how can I make it easily say like how I feel about it, or like if I haven't completed it yet, or like if it's still an ongoing show? Like it's hard to keep track of all that with just a list. So I decided to make a MyAnimeList account. And then I had these big boys do it as well. And we're going to go through our lists and compare shows we've watched and our opinions on these shows. And it's going to be really funny to just see a number rating with no context behind it and then be like, explain yourself. What were you thinking?
See,
So-
like the thing is with me and anime, pretty much everything I watch is always like highly recommended to me. So I usually like a bunch of stuff that I watch. So everything's like relatively a good score for me.
Yeah, mine are mostly high, but
Big yawn.
so we did that. Sam made his an hour before we started recording.
I made mine yesterday.
And I don't know if it's complete, but it's good enough.
Not complete,
So-
but it's good enough. Yes.
How do we want to start this? Should we just start with whoever has the lowest amount of shows? That's what I was thinking.
I was gonna say I have 36 completed shows.
Where do I see the number? Do I just have to fucking count them?
If you
It
go
tells
to
you.
if you go to your profile, it might say it.
It does.
So anybody that wants to check out our anime lists and compare with us, my
Hey,
account
37.
is Eddie Bunghetti. That's Eddie Eddie Bunghetti Bunghetti. No space.
Mine's decided, but I'm sure the links will be in the description. So
You're right. Damn. Sam's is toxic breakneck.
Must finish.
Okay, well, if Sam's is one more than Hunter's, but he's also not done yet. So should we start with Hunter? What were you gonna say, Sam?
Start with Hunter.
Okay, we'll start with Hunter.
All right.
Cited.
Yeah.
His name is Cited.
On the top of my list, I have one anime that I'm currently watching, and it's Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm only on episode 11, but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it so far. So right now, it currently sits at an 8. Yeah, an 8 for me. 8. Yeah.
You know what? You're only 11 episodes in.
Exactly. I'm not. I'm sure I didn't see
that
like
it's an 8 already.
Instantly pissed.
It's really good. I'm liking it. But I'm sure like the more I watch, the more I'm going to like. So the more score, it might even go up to a 10 at some point.
The beginning was really good. It was my favorite show that was coming out this past season, and ended still my favorite. And yeah, the second half, I mean, the first half is great, amazing. The second half is gonna blow your socks off. It's gonna make you squee.
Oh, it's gonna make me squee. It's gonna make me come.
You're gonna fucking squee, bro.
You're gonna fucking nut.
Okay. Should we start from your top rated or your lowest rated?
I was just gonna like go down the list. So in alphabetical order, I guess.
Oh, alphabetical. That's a good idea. Yeah. Anime. Sort by anime title. Okay. Sam, do you know how to do that?
Nope.
Mine's already set to that.
When you're on his list, do you see all the pictures and stuff?
Oh shit, I'm not even on his list. Hold on. I was on my list.
Nice.
I'm selfish.
I have them all up on different tabs, and I have the comparisons, so that's cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're just gonna go through yours, and if we have anything in common, we're just gonna. I think we should just say what we rated. What do you think, Sam?
Yeah, sounds great.
Okay, cool. Now I'm gonna have to tell you how to get the comparison up too, aren't I? All right, well, let's start with Jujutsu Kaisen, because that was the first one we talked about. So I rated that a 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Masterpiece. Shit is so good. You have
it's
no
the
idea.
Perfect anime.
It's the... Yes. So here's the thing. I don't think perfect exists. I don't think that's... But for like... Because it is a little... It starts out a little like basic shonen. There's 3 guys and like a teacher. Like pretty basic setup. But everything that it does is like the best that I've ever seen with that setup. Like the character interactions, just the characters in general, the setting up the OP character, and like the animation, the choreography, the music, everything about it is just so fucking good. Like it is, in fact, a masterpiece. I agree
with that.
The only problem that I have is that it's so good, and if you show it to somebody as a starting anime, everything goes down from there. That's the only problem I have, is that it's too good.
It's a fucked up problem to have, but I get it.
It's amazing. There's no like forced romance between any of the characters. Like, yeah, it's awesome. There's no like random fan service like in fucking Fire Force. It's so nice. Sam, did you get his list up?
I'm gonna be honest with you. No. So right. I'm on the app, right?
On your phone?
Yeah.
Do it on the computer.
The computer? All right. I was gonna ask about
everything's a lot easier on the computer. The app's okay. Apparently it used to be really bad. But the app's okay. Just pull it up on your computer. Are you friends with him?
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
Okay. So there's that. I guess we'll go alphabetical. Let's start with your top completed show. Alphabetical.
Bro. What is this?
What?
I just tried to go to the website. It's fucking... Hold on. Go on Google. Is it .net?
Yeah. is, actually.
I probably just invited a virus on my computer then. Okay, there it is. Let me log in.
Hunter and I have a 28.1% affinity. Which I think
Nice.
that means, like, how similar our things are.
All right. So if we're going in alphabetical order, on my completed list, my number one with A is Another, the like 12 episode like slightly like horror show.
Yes.
I
I didn't know you
rated
watched it.
that. Huh?
I didn't know you watched Another.
Yeah, I had like a slight interest in it because it was like somewhat bloody and horror, and I like both of those. But I rated it a 7 out of 10. It was good, but I didn't seem to like care about like the characters pretty much almost at all. I was pretty much there for like the gore and the death.
Yeah.
The like story was somewhat interesting, but it was okay.
I also watched Another, and I have rated it a 6. Which I feel like you feel is fair. I thought it was okay. I thought it was decent. But a lot of the like story things just kind of like, I mean, they were explained, but there was no reason for them to exist, even if it was explained. Like the whole thing about the classroom and like not having the correct number of kids or whatever. Like, why would that curse the class? Doesn't really make sense.
That's just like a trope when it comes to like curses. It's usually like this something fucking stupid, and it's like, oh, this is a big deal. Shouldn't be fucking with this, and you're like, what?
It might be a thing in Japanese culture too.
Yeah.
About like student lists, like unlucky for this to happen.
Yeah, they're all about fucking luck and unlucky shit. Whereas us, when it comes to curses, it's like, oh, this old bitch cursed fucking my great-great-grandpa, now I can't pee.
That's exactly how it is, too. And now I can't pee. So that's Another.
I don't really have anything else to say about Another. It's okay. If you like blood and shit, go watch it, but that's about it. Underneath Another, I don't have any other animes that start with A, so we're going straight to B. And my first B anime is called Blood Plus. Damn it. Which is, I gave it a 7 out of 10. I didn't care about the story. I like the characters. It was pretty much like vampires and pretty much this young-looking chick who's actually old as fuck.
The guy looks like some Castlevania ass.
Yeah, pretty much.
Looking
the guy was like the like main girl's like butler kid or some shit. It's been a while. And she like turned him into a vampire, and he's like, I want your fucking vampiric pussy. It's like that. But there's like a huge like chunk of her life where she just doesn't remember anything, and like the times that she does remember, it's obviously a flashback. And the cool thing about it is that she's a fucking like a psychopath. And during Vietnam, of all fucking times, she went to Vietnam and just fucked up a ton of people. And something, I can't remember exactly like what happened to her, but she like got all fucked up, and like this US like soldier practically like adopted her and like kept her as like a daughter because she like got in like this coma and lost all of her memories, so she thought she was like this fucking normalized girl, and she's like, I'm a vampire and I'm gonna fuck shit up. And
a lot like happens. Jesus.
Yeah, and then like halfway through it you find out like the main villain that's finally revealed is like her twin sister. And she's just trying to like have kids or some shit.
This seems like one of those shows that you would watch and completely forget about 3 years later.
It's honestly pretty much it. The best thing about it is pretty much the action, and that's probably why I gave it a 7. If like the action wasn't like as good as I remember it to be, I probably would give it like a 5 or 6.
Cool.
Yeah.
Bumps it up.
Yeah.
I see you have movies on your list.
Yeah, I think I have a
I
couple
didn't bother
movies.
adding movies. I didn't feel
I
like
like
it.
anime movies, so some of them are relatively important to like shows. So, but if we're continuing down the list, I got all 4 seasons of Boku no Hero Academia or My Hero Academia.
Yeah, we'll just call it by
Um,
its English name.
Yeah. I gave season 1 and 8 because I thought it was
Holy shit.
I thought it was a tad bit slow, but I did like it because I'm a huge like superhero fucking person.
I also gave it an
Uh,
8.
Yeah.
I sympathize with Deku.
Yeah. It's like a typical shonen anime, so it's like easy to watch, and the main character's a fucking twink. But the other seasons I like a whole lot more, and I gave 2, 3, and 4 all a 9.
All 9s.
Yeah, because I like it a lot.
Damn, bro.
In my opinion, 2 and 4 are better than 3, but I loved 3 as well. And it's mainly because of like progression from like Deku as a character is like the main reason why I'm watching it now.
Yeah, I rated the second and third seasons similar to the first one, 8s and 7. I gave the second season a 7 for some reason. I don't remember why. That was the one with the like tournament, right?
Yeah.
In Hero Killer Stain. I feel like I should bump that back up to an 8.
Yeah,
Where
the
it
second
gets
season's usually
controversial
like everybody's favorite.
is the fourth season I gave a 6.
Why is that?
So I loved the premise and the setup with Overhaul. He was a great villain. The ending of his arc was extremely underwhelming for me, and it kind of soured my mood.
I mean, yeah, I get that.
Just like the last fight where he would just turn into a big guy, so it was like, oh, big target. Like as soon as he did that, he didn't become scary to me.
Yeah.
He didn't become a threat, and Deku just like threw 1,000 like giant punches at him, and like just was OP because his quirk was like reversing time or whatever. It was just, I don't know. I didn't really like how it ended.
He was able to use like 100% of One for All because the little fucking girl on his back that would constantly heal him.
Yeah, and like, but up to that point, like the Mirio thing, that was great. That was all great. It was just underwhelming, and then after that, it kind of super dropped off. I did really like Gentle Criminal. He was cool, but like, I don't know, it just didn't feel like that was important to spend as much time on it.
I was
as
gonna
they
say,
did.
for me, like Gentle Criminal just felt like filler.
I do like him. I really like him, but just like that whole school festival thing just went a little too long.
Yeah.
Sam, what were your ratings on My Hero Academia?
I gave the first season an 8.
Okay.
Just like both of us.
Yeah, and then this is where you'll disagree. I gave season 2 and 3 6s.
Damn.
Because I stopped caring.
Yeah.
Early on. That's it.
Dang. They're all pretty good. I guess it can get repetitive.
Yeah. As I said, it's like a typical shonen anime, so you can pretty much predict what's gonna happen.
That's the show it is, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm gonna try to like plow through a couple more.
Yeah. Let's just go through and like, unless we have something to talk about, like a big disagreement, let's just go through and like give our numbers or whatever.
Okay. So after that, I got Naruto the movie. I do not want to watch the show because I do not like Boruto, but I rated the Boruto movie a 7 because of Naruto and Sasuke. I thought they were the best parts of the fucking movie, and it was the only bits that I liked. Boruto can go fuck himself. I hate him so much.
So I watched that movie in theaters, and it was good. I think 7 is fair. However, that movie was done a lot better in the anime.
Yeah, I believe it.
I haven't watched the anime because there's really nothing new aside from the movie. It's getting into new stuff now, but like it's Not really worth
I'm still
it.
like interested in like what happens in Boruto, so like I'll like read an article and be like, oh, okay, Naruto's still fucking kicking ass, and like that's all I'll care about.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. All right, so I'm gonna move on from that. Death Note is my next one, and Death Note was like my first major anime that I really got into, so I'm giving it a 9 because I liked it a lot.
It's a lot of people's major things, and early on. It's a good early on show that's not like fighting. I gave it an 8. I thought that it was pretty good. There were some parts in the second half that didn't quite live up to...
Yeah, the like ending half of Death Note it's not the best, but I still liked it a lot.
Like
so
it was
still a 9 for me.
It was very close to a 9, but I had to drop it down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm also like
I'd
say I'm a little biased because it was like my first major one that I got into.
It is really good. Even the second half is really good. I really liked Nier and Mellow. Not as much, but
yeah.
They are really
what's your
cool.
opinion on that? I'm sure you watched Death Note.
Yeah, it's also one of my earlier shows I watched, and
we watched it together.
Yeah, it was really good. After Elle died, I didn't care. It was okay.
Oh, spoilers!
Like, I didn't even rate it because I forgot.
What would you?
I would give up to the point that Elle dies a solid 9, and then the rest an 8.
That's fair. Okay. I feel like that's how we both feel too.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next one for me is Dr. Stone, which is relatively new. I was really interested in Dr. Stone because I love science, but I didn't really care for any of the characters. So right now it sits at a 7 for me.
They have a lot of same face syndrome. I gave it an 8.
Yeah.
Just because like I love the sense of like being stranded and like figuring out what to do with nothing.
Yeah.
I like that.
Sam, did you watch Dr. Stone?
Yeah.
Don't make us ask. Sam, what? How invested are you right now in recording?
You know, I'm here.
Yeah. Make sure you pay attention. Sam, what would you give Dr. Stone?
I thought I rated it. It's not showing up. I did rate it. It's not here.
Okay.
It's not in the compared thing.
Well,
I gave it a 8.
Okay.
Good. The second season I'd probably give a 7.
Yeah, I did not watch the second season.
Same.
Because by the end of
I'm
the
watching
first
it in
season,
English, so it's far behind.
Yeah.
The dub's really good. All right. Rapid fire round.
Rapid fire. I got Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball. I gave it a 7 because I don't really care about the original Dragon Ball.
Original Dragon Ball. I gave it an 8. I watched it after Dragon Ball Z. I feel like I like how they got stronger better than in Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I didn't rate Dragon Ball Z because I definitely have not watched all of Z, and I don't remember a lot of stuff about Z, but for some reason I remember most of just normal Dragon Ball, so I just rated normal Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball Z, I gave it an 8 as well. It's very close to my heart because I grew up with it a lot. It's not perfect, but it still gets me hype.
As it should.
It's still great.
Yeah.
Sam?
So, I don't know. It's good.
Cool. Next.
All right. Next, I got Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. This was like I want to say maybe like the second like big anime that I watched, so I really liked it. I didn't watch the original like Full Metal Alchemist anime because I heard it wasn't that good, and to just watch Brotherhood. But literally for me, every episode was a fucking banger, and I loved it. There was like some characters I didn't care about, so that's probably why I put it down to a 9. But other than that, I think it's fucking amazing.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, same thing. I just watched that one because it was known as the best. I gave it an 8. I probably would have given it a 9 if I didn't forget that it existed sometimes. And I think that's mostly because I binged it super hard. some people didn't like the political stuff. I thought that was interesting. It's close to a 9, but it's an 8 just because like I don't picture it being part of like, it didn't influence me that much, I guess. It's not like a big part of my repertoire.
Yeah.
Sam didn't watch it, so.
Okay. Sam did not watch it. After Fullmetal Alchemist, I got Goblin Slayer, which I gave an 8. I love how dark it was, and I like medieval. Some of the characters kind of fell flat for me. It pretty much every time I lower a score is because of the characters. But
I have an
other than
opinion on
that,
this
it's
show.
me. Yeah? Go for it.
I liked the first episode, and then everyone said, "Don't worry, it's not that bad anymore." And then it was like, "Aw," and then I stopped watching it.
See, I liked all the episodes. I got
I
interesting.
got discouraged off one person saying it doesn't do that. There's not,
No,
there's
I
not
mean,
that bad of shit every episode. I was like, dang it.
I mean, yeah, not every episode's like fucking dark. You don't see fucking women get raped by goblins and shit, but
Yeah.
it's still like interesting. It's there's still parts where it like gets dark, but
I'll watch it.
not
The first
to
episode,
the point.
I thought the first episode was really fucking impactful. Like, just because I've never seen something like that. I've never seen an enemy go that far, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, they really build disdain for for the enemy in this show. Like, oh shit, like we really hate these goblins. And I don't know. But
Goblins.
I gotta finish it.
Yeah,
It'll probably be good.
I didn't watch the movie that came out that's apparently canon, so I need to get on that. Did you watch Goblin Slayer already?
Nope. I
Okay,
actually didn't.
then-
I've heard some good things. I've heard some
First episode
things.
was pretty good.
Yeah,
Like the ending.
Isn't there like a rape thing?
yeah, that's literally first episode.
That's
okay.
what I was talking about. That's why I was like, whoa, this is crazy. And then
You're
they
like,
were
damn, there's no more rape in the show. I don't need to watch it. Same thing with fucking Sword Art Online. God damn it.
If there's no rape, Sam doesn't want it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like the anime, women getting raped, they don't want it either. But
Listen, it's not that I like it. It's that, oh wow,
it's
They-
fucked up
they
and
built-
it's different technically.
the way they built the hatred for the enemy. I really liked the way they did that. And then I don't know why that turned me off to be like, oh, it's not that bad anymore. It's
still like the
stupid.
big
It's
theme.
stupid. It's stupid that I stopped watching it. But
I think the reason
I
why
think
I
I
didn't
watched
watch
the
it.
next 2 episodes too after that, and I was kind of like, it slowed down or something for a minute, and I just kind of zoned out on it. But I'll watch the whole fucking thing. Fuck you. All
I
right.
think the
Yeah, it's
reason
only
why
like
I didn't
12
watch
episodes.
it is because it was like it came out after Demon Slayer, and I was like, this is just a ripoff. Which of course
Alright.
it isn't.
Goblin Slayer.
But like the same name, I was kind of like,
All right, we're gonna get into the one that everyone loves. JoJo. We're in JoJo now.
gave it a
JoJo's
5.
Bizarre Adventure.
So, for my anime list, they have part 1 and 2 as a single part, and so for both of those, I gave a collective 8.
I gave it an 8 as well.
If they split it up to part 1 and part 2, I'd probably give like part 1 maybe like a 6 or a 7. I mean, because it's just like it's so short and it does like a lot of stuff in so little time that it doesn't really give me the time to really care, I guess. But then part 2 is just infinitely better.
Yeah, I would have given part 1 by itself a 7. It drags in the middle pretty bad. Part 2 I would
Yeah.
have given a 9, so it averaged out as an 8.
Yeah, for me, part 2 is a 9. Sam, did you even fucking continue JoJo?
He's on part
I
3.
I got on part 3.
Okay.
No.
And what would you
6
give part 1 and
episodes
2?
Part 1, 5. 2, I didn't
Okay.
even rate it on here, but I'd probably I'll give that a 7. I'll give that a 7.
That's better than nothing.
Yeah.
He likes
I'm not-
stands more. He's
Yeah,
liking the
I get it.
stands. Which makes sense.
I think the stands are funnier. I don't know if I enjoy that fighting style better.
Well, you're only 6 episodes in.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Alright.
So
So for JoJo Part 3, they have it split up into 2 technically parts. So there's JoJo Part 3 and then JoJo Part 3 second season. For me, I gave like the first half of Part 3 an 8. It's fun to watch and it's funny, but for me it just felt back to back. Oh, we're in this part, enemy stand user. Now we're in this part, enemy stand user. And it just felt repetitive,
Yep.
but it was still like fun to watch.
same problem. I gave part 1 or the first half a 7.
Yeah. I still like the characters and such, so.
The second part was kind of the same, except it was more interesting. The enemies.
For me, the second part of Part 3, I gave a 9. Mainly because
Holy
the
cow.
ending. Yeah, I loved the ending.
Wow.
Yeah, so for me, for like the first half of the second part, it was just new area, enemy stand user, new area, enemy stand users, and then they got to the big bad, which just for me made it infinitely more enjoyable, and it actually lasted like 3 episodes.
And they had the Oingo Boingo brothers.
It is true, they did have the Oingo
I rated
Boingo
it
brothers.
a 7, but I think I'll bump it up to an 8, actually.
Yeah.
You do have a
Alright,
point.
so now we'll get to The Amazing Part 4. I gave a 9 because every episode of that I fucking loved.
Yeah, baby. It's
That's all
so
I'm gonna say
good.
about
It's
that.
so
For
good.
part
I have
5,
an hour-long video about it, so we can.
For Part 5, I gave an 8. I liked it a lot, but I just didn't like it as much as Part 4.
I gave both 4 and 5 a 9.
Okay.
I was teetering between giving part 5 an 8, but I think I'll leave it at 9. It's still really good. Some
I
hype
liked all the
moments.
characters, but I didn't feel like I liked all the characters as much as like in Part 4.
You have a point.
Yeah.
You do have a point. And it feels more like part 3, where it's like new episode enemy stand user, new episode enemy stand user.
Mm-hmm.
I think I will drop it down to an 8.
All right, now we'll go to what's underneath that. Kimetsu no Yaiba, Demon Slayer. I really fucking loved Demon Slayer. I thought it was so good, and so I gave it a 9.
Yep. Same, 9. Animation was really good.
I was gonna say a big part of it was the animation.
Setting was awesome.
unique.
A lot of people say like people rate Demon Slayer so high because of its animation. Only, and like if you read it, it would be more boring. But like, I mean, you got to look at the whole package. If it had an episode that had all of Twitter talking about the animation, like, you got to give it credit for that.
Yeah.
The show good.
What'd you rate it,
I'm trying to find
Sam?
it. I don't know why I can't. Your list on the computer is like. Oh wait.
It's called Kimetsu no Yaiba on MyAnimeList. It's not called Demon Slayer.
I know. No, it's still. I can't find. Oh no, it is here. Okay. I was looking for the weird name, but I couldn't find it. All right. Yeah, I gave it a 9. I agree.
Yeah.
Sweet. We're all in agreement.
The
That
round
was just
table
great.
agrees.
All right. Then underneath Demon Slayer, I got 2 anime movies. The first one is Your Name. It's nice and sweet. I thought it was cute, so I gave it an 8.
I need to
There's
watch
nothing,
it.
It's not like, yeah, it's not like not too important. There's like a part of it that you're like, oh, what? Why? What? This is fucking what?
Is it the sad
then-
one?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're both relatively sad.
I heard it looks really pretty too.
Then, did you watch that, Sam, at all?
What is it?
Your Name.
Your Name?
Oh yeah. I thought you were talking about that. I
Yeah.
didn't hear you say the name of it though. So I loved it. I forgot about it till right now. But that when I was watching that, I don't know how they do it. Like the story was like kind of deep, but like still like but not at the same time. But
Yeah.
it was for some reason the way the animation was, the setting, the music, everything made it so enjoyable to watch. It was just like
Yeah,
it was
that's
just
what
a
I've heard about it.
Great experience to watch it.
Like, it's a must-watch anime movie.
No, you would definitely love it. Like, just and it just makes you, I don't know, makes you cry. No, I'm kidding.
I'm sure
it didn't
does.
make me cry, but
it is really, like, some parts. It's just really, really nice to look at. I don't know.
yeah, it's a very beautiful movie.
Yeah, I agree. I would give it a 9.
Hell yeah. All right, then under that, I got I don't even want to say like the Japanese thing, but it's in English, it's A Silent Voice, which is about like this guy and this deaf girl. Have any of you seen that before I like explain
Nope.
some more shit? Okay.
I have
Just give us the number. It's fine. It's fine.
I gave it a 9.
Whoa. Okay. Maybe you can go into
really
it a little
good,
bit.
but the reason why I thought it was really good is because I was able to sympathize with the deaf girl because I have a bunch of family members who are deaf.
Oh.
So I could like understand like the struggles and everything about her. So it's mainly just like that. So that's why I really gave it a 9.
Great.
All right. So I'll move on from that. And then we got my personal all-time fave, Mob Psycho season 1 and 2.
Oh yeah, baby.
I gave both the seasons a 10.
I also gave both seasons a 10.
It is so fucking good.
It is great. Some people might be put off by how it looks, but I think it makes it even better. I mean, it's closer to how he actually draws rather than how One Punch Man's like an upgraded version. But the whole like battling your self-confidence thing and like all of the characters are great. The Body Improvement Club are like the most wholesome bros you'll ever see. And they're so supportive of him, even though he like isn't the best at being physical. It's just, everything's just so good.
And as points where it's like super funny, and as points where it's like super serious.
It's
Where
okay.
it actually tackles like
It's okay.
problems and shit. Yeah, fuck you, Sam. I don't want your opinion on this one.
The ending of
Okay.
season 1, where Reagan like used Mob's powers because he knew Mob didn't like using them against people, like that wasn't said, but like you got that from it, and like you can tell that everybody cares for each other. It's awesome. And the ending of season 2 is also great.
Hell yeah. Hope there's a third one, but I don't think there will be. But yeah. All right, let's move on from that. I got 2 shows that I'm really confident that we've all watched is Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. So.
Yes.
I gave the original Naruto an 8. I don't really care for like the first half of Naruto, but when it starts getting towards the end and starts to get more serious, it's when I think it gets like insanely good.
Yeah, I watched it as a kid. It's very close to my heart. Owned a lot of games. Similar thing with Dragon Ball.
Sam?
So, I gave it a 10.
Okay.
Nice.
So you love the original Naruto?
Yeah. Listen, there's just too much to say about it. There's some bad things I can tell about it, but in the end, what word did they use for tens?
Masterpiece.
I think both series, Naruto and Shippuden, are both masterpieces. But
I mean, they're the big 3 for a reason.
Definitely still flawed.
Yeah.
That's understandable.
So,
For Shippuden, I gave it a 9.
a 9.
I gave it an...
I think it improves everything the original Naruto had, but there's just like so much like pointless stuff. So like filler that's just not
Much filler.
That is the only thing that held me back from giving it a 9.
Yeah.
I gave it an 8.
I was gonna say the filler's the only thing that's holding me back from giving it a 10. It's pretty much every like interaction with all the like Akatsuki and everything like that was just perfect. Even the shit with fucking Sakura was really good.
I will say,
I hate her.
Leading up to Pain was my favorite part of the show. After it is good, but I don't personally like the war as much as
See, I thought the war was hype as
up
fuck.
to Pain. The ending of the war was great. Madara showing up was also great. The fight between Naruto and Sasuke at the end was great. Some of it just didn't feel as, even though it was an entire war, it didn't feel as risky as Up to Pain.
Mm-hmm.
And plus the animation in the pain fight's fucking wacky, and I love it.
Yeah, it's funny as fuck. Alright. So after Naruto, I got One Punch Man, which I gave an 8. I love One Punch Man. It's just like a silly anime for me. So I guess I'm more of like a serious anime kind of person, but it's still really good.
Yeah, I gave it a 10.
Okay.
I might. It's almost a 9. I might go 9, but it's just like mindless fun, like, and it makes fun of all the tropes that like we talk about, and it's just great. It's just great, and it's animated so beautifully, and the sounds are like amazing.
Yeah, and we all know that Saitama would be Goku. No problem.
Easy.
Yeah. Sam?
Melanie's sitting here staring at me. Might have to wrap this up soon, but what was your question?
Yeah.
What do you feel like? How do you feel about One Punch Man?
First season, great. Give it a solid 9.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, I only watched, I think, like 8 episodes of season 2, but so I don't have that rated.
A lot of people hated season 2. I thought it was good.
I was gonna say I liked what I watched, but I have yet to finish it. So
I think we might have to. We'll go through Hunter's list, and we might have to make a part 2.
I 100% want to make a part 2. I feel like I failed on this one, so we'll definitely get back to this. I
only got a couple more.
Do you want to? Yeah, and we'll go through and give some of our opinions on stuff. But Sam's also half getting ready to leave for Easter dinner with his parents. So.
Yeah, so it's not great, but I do want to continue this, and I want to actually give more opinions and stuff, but I'm like scared to say some things because I can't stay. I can't stay. All right.
All right. I'll do lightning rounds.
Lightning rounds.
Right.
Let's go.
All right. After One Punch Man, I got Your Lie in April, which I watched relatively soon, like earlier. It was definitely this year. I gave it a 9 because it was fucking beautiful. That made me feel shit.
That was another thing that I get mixed up with Your Name. I need to watch it.
Yeah, it is really good. It is really beautiful, and it made me incredibly sad. Now, next is the big one as of late is Attack on Titan. I gave the first season an 8. It's good, but I think all the other seasons are a lot better.
I gave season 1 a 9. It was a great start, great build up. There's a lot of like seeds that were planted early on. You can tell that he definitely had a lot of stuff, a lot of ideas from the get-go.
All right. Sam?
I'll say as a whole, it's a 10 for me. As
just every season, or
like
Attack on Titan as a whole.
I'll elaborate more with seasons next time. I just got to think about it more too, but
okay. Well then, yeah, we'll go super lightning round then.
Certain seasons like that, it did drop off a little for me, obviously, but it still was helping the plot that I love. So it's like it's still a 10 for me. Like I love what it's turned into. I love how it's like I love the conflict in the last season that's like so far with like what they're dealing with, like Aaron picking sides, changing his mind, like just understanding things for himself. I don't know. It's all really good. But yeah. I'll elaborate more on that later and think about it more. I don't know. But 10.
All right, so Attack on Titan Season 2 for me, I gave it 9 because I thought it did just everything so much better. It explored more further out of the walls, which I loved. Yeah, more Titans, more badass shit.
Yep. I gave it a 10.
Season 3 for me, I gave a 9. It was still like, it got more political, which I definitely enjoyed. And then part 2 came when it came like the action, and I gave that a 10. I loved the second part of season 3 so much. I
gave season 3 part 1 a 9, season 3 part 2 an 8 actually. Yeah. I liked the people interactions of the first part a lot more than just that single battle taking up most of the second part.
There was a lot of like emotion with like the battle too, which I loved. I'm a huge fucking emotion person, especially when it's portrayed really well. So like the entire like Irvin fucking shit going on the entire time. Fucking beautiful. Amazing. Alright. Then we got the first part of season 4, the final season. Racism is fucking cool now. I give it a 9.
I agree, racism is cool. 9. I'm just kidding. Don't take that out of context.
Yeah, it's so fucking good. Mappa did a fucking wonderful job with the animation. Even though a lot of people said no, but I said fuck you, and it's really good.
Yeah, fuck them.
Right. And after that, I got another movie, which is the last Naruto the movie, which is apparently like the only like canon movie, I guess, aside from Boruto.
Yeah.
But I watched that, and I thought it was like a good like conclusion to Shippuden if it was actually part of the show. Other than that, it was just like a fun watch. Nothing like too crazy.
Probably give that an 8.
Yeah, like Naruto Hinata definitely fuck. So
hot.
I watched it in theaters. It was okay. 7.
Alright. Now we got like the first like anime that I fell in love with, which was the first season of Tokyo Ghoul. I loved the fucking shit
10.
out of Tokyo Ghoul.
10, 10,
Yeah,
10,
it's a
10,
10 for
10,
me.
10, 10, 10,
It's
10,
so
10.
fucking good.
10, 10, 10, 10, 10. I gave it an 8.
And then
10, 10,
yeah.
10, 10, 10, 10.
And then we get to Route A,
I'll probably
which
change
is
it to 9.
which is the second season for Tokyo Ghoul, which is good, but
Not as good, not as
it
good, not as
started
good.
with, yeah, it's not as good. It didn't really hold like a bunch of like emotion like the first season did, so it was okay. So I gave it a 7. But now we're getting into Re,
I
and
gave
I
it a
fucking
6.
hate Re.
Haven't even watched it.
It's bad. The pacing is fucking awful. There's very little emotion with any fucking character. The animation's good. I like the animation, but the story, everything's just bad. I give it a 5.
I gave it an 8. It had a really strong start. It didn't make sense because the Rude fucked up the ending of the manga, but I liked it. I liked the internal struggle, and the whole thing was different. That's it. The second part of Tokyo Ghoul Re was insanely rushed. It was nowhere near as good.
Yeah, fuck that. I hate it. My final 2. I got Promised Neverland, the first season. I refused to watch the second
10.
season. I gave it an 8.
10, 10, 10.
I gave it a 9. It was really good.
I thought the story was really good, and I liked the characters, but pretty much the ending I didn't really care for because it was just like, we're past this fucking wall now. We're done.
it might be. It's close to a 10. I gave it a 9.
Part 2 or 1?
Part 1.
Part 1.
Part 1.
Okay.
Yeah, I refused to watch season 2. So
We'll talk about that more in the next one.
all right, and then my last one on the list is something that I watched as a kid, which was fucking Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yo-Yo Hockey Show.
I say Yu Yu because it's fucking
Every young
what,
girl.
It
favorite
is
show.
It is Yu Yu. It is Yu Yu Hockey Show. I barely remember it as a kid.
I remember a decent chunk of it, but there's still stuff that I forget. But because it was like something I watched as a kid, kind of like with like you and Dragon Ball. I watched it a lot with like my brother, and I really loved like the animation and the characters. Like the fucking, I forget the main character's fucking name, unfortunately, but I like how he fucking shot a
Yusuke?
beam from his hand like a gun. It was fucking awesome. And I love it, so I gave it an 8.
Is his name Yosuke?
I think
Yusuke?
it's something like that.
Something like that. I remember he gets hit by a car and then goes to like the other world.
Yep.
And then there's some Vegeta looking ass.
Yeah, everyone loves him. I'm pretty sure he's voiced by the same dude as Vegeta in the dub.
That's funny.
I think. I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that.
I'm really disappointed that we talked so long about nuts, because I really want to like keep going into this, but we're gonna have to make it a part 2, unfortunately.
Part 2.
Big
which
fat
sucks.
Part 2.
But it's great because then you watch the next one, right? What'll I name it? Going over on my anime list part 2.
Good.
And then we won't talk
This
about
one will
nuts.
be our balls and anime.
We will go a lot more in detail on the part 2, I think. We're gonna start with that out the gate. Sam's gonna actually be paying attention. And we're probably gonna reiterate a lot of our opinions, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Part 2 will be the definitive MyAnimeList.
We'll go over Eddie and I's lists.
Yeah.
A lot more.
Mine's short, so I was able to speedrun it.
Yeah.
I'll have my list more complete and shit next time.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Sam has to go to Easter. I'm in my sweatpants, so I should probably get changed and get ready to eat food as well.
Yeah, Eddie's gonna come over and eat some Easter with us.
And I'm not, but
Eddie's gonna come kiss me.
So that was that episode. Kind of stinks that we had to cut it off, but I didn't realize that it would take this long to go through the anime lists. But it's fine because I like it. Thank you for watching, everybody. Music's in.
Bye-bye.
We're all gonna go home.
You.
We're gonna eat some good food. Hope you ate some good food. If you ate some good food, comment down below. Please get our interactions up.
Just
Please.
say anything.
For the love of God.
Say anything.
Make sure
Let
you like
your
this
opinion be
video,
known.
subscribe so then you see our completed My Anime List episode right when it drops.
Yeah.
That's it.
See ya.